Hi, my name is Dr. Roosha Parikh. I'm a multimodality trained cardiac imager and faculty cardiologist at St. Francis Hospital and Heart Center in Long Island, New York. Today, our featured guest is Dr. Frederick Epstein, Mac Wade Professor and Chair of Biomedical Engineering and Professor of Radiology and Medical Imaging at University of Virginia. Dr. Epstein is recognized for his contribution to the field of CMR. He has been a world leader in advancing MRI myocardial strain imaging by developing and applying the Cine-dense MRI method. He has also made important contributions to accelerated MRI methods and to methods and application of preclinical MRI in mouse models of heart disease. Dr. Epstein has chaired the science committee of the SCMR 2008 and was recently a member of the board of trustees for SCMR from 2013 to 15. Dr. Epstein is an elected fellow of three major societies, namely the International Society for Magnetic Resonance in Medicine, ISMRM, the American Institute for Biological and Medical Engineering, and the American Heart Association for contributions to research and service. Welcome, Dr. Epstein.
Hey, nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
So let's get started. What are the one or two most impactful new developments in your topical area in 2021 for the practice of CMR?
Yeah, I think that what's really exciting and happening in 2020, 2021 is the advancement of deep learning in image reconstruction. So, what we've seen over the past 10 years with methods like compressed sensing is that we understand now how to accelerate image acquisition. We can undersample in various ways, and we can exploit properties of the undersampled images to be able to reconstruct really high quality images a lot faster than we used to be able to. But the challenge has been more recently, how can we get the image reconstruction times to be fast enough so we can accelerate the imaging, but then the reconstruction times are slow. And what we're seeing now is that deep learning is going to be able to solve that problem. So with deep learning, we'll have image reconstruction times much, much faster than what we have with compressed sensing. And that, while that's not yet clinically applicable, it's going to take some time to move those methods into commercial scanners. But we're going to now see that we will eventually be able to actually use those accelerated methods and get images on the scanner very rapidly. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be a tremendous advance over this year and in coming years to see how that all plays out.
I think we're all looking forward to that. What are the one or two most important take-home points from your session?
Yeah, so it's not only one of the take-home points from this session is going to be deep learning-based reconstruction, particularly applied to phase contrast MRI, and we'll see some of that in this session. But there's more in the session too. Multiband methods. So methods where we excite multiple images at one time, multiple slices at one time, and then the reconstruction separates the slices. This has had a tremendous impact over the last number of years in brain MRI, but really kind of limited, surprisingly, but a bit limited in cardiac MRI. And one of the abstracts that we'll see in this session really shows some new ways to do multiband imaging that look to be quite impactful for cardiac MRI, first pass perfusion in particular. Mm-hmm. And then there's also advances that are going to happen, that we'll see happening in coronary angiography, 3D, with interesting Kushball approaches that look great. And also some advances in 4D flow. So deep learning, other types of acceleration, and then applications and accelerated methods for 4D flow. Should be quite a good session.
So what is one piece of advice for either the practicing clinician, researcher, or trainee in the practice of CMR that you'd want to give?
Yeah, I thought about this question, and I think for the trainee, what I would say, and the reason I can give this advice is because I have a lot of trainees in technical development in cardiac MR. And the advice I'm giving them is, if you go back 15 years or more, the field, becoming a researcher in the field on the technical side, was really about understanding MRI physics and how that could be used to advance cardiac MRI. But now it's about combining knowledge of MRI physics, signal processing, and machine learning. You can't, in this day and age, you can't just focus on physics. You have to combine MRI physics with image reconstruction, which really boils down to signal processing techniques, as well as machine learning and deep learning techniques. So for the trainee of 2021, you want to be thinking about all those things, not just one of those things.
Mhm. Thank you. And you've been involved in SCMR. What's one piece of advice for getting more involved with the SCMR?
Yeah, I think it's all about meeting the people that are in the society. You want to, and it's not that, it may not always feel that easy to meet lots of people. It's up to the mentors who have been in the society for a long time to introduce younger people to other people in the society. But also another way to do it is to volunteer for committee. There's a lot of committees. The committees need, they need people, they need energetic, committed people. So if you've got the interest and the commitment to it, I think volunteering for one of the committees is a really good way to get involved, because you get to understand the organization and you get, really most importantly, the opportunity to meet lots of people.
Well, thank you so much for your time today. This was a great interview.
Great, happy to help, and look forward to seeing you, at least virtually, at the meeting.
Thank you.